come out on the glove. So whenever she is around you guys, just be still, be quiet. She's kind of our resident old lady. She's a little bit sensitive, but she is a great ambassador as well. And she is a barred owl, like I said, the other hoot owl that lives in the southeastern United States. And their hoot's going to be a lot different from a bird like cedar that you met earlier. I said the great horned owls have that low, monotonous hoot. Barred owls, though, they have much higher hoots. They can also trill, they can laugh, they can cackle. A whole lot of different vocalizations can come out of this bird. But for the most part, she's going to look very similar to cedar. She doesn't have those those feather tufts, excuse me, like cedar does. She's not going to have them. She doesn't use them in the exact same way. But barred owls, they're going to be a little bit smaller on average than great horned owls, and they're going to be a little bit more specialists in the bird of prey world. Great horned owls, we said, can live all over the continent. They're found all the way up into Alaska, even all the way down into South America. Barred owls, though, like olive, they're going to be mainly native to the eastern portion of our continent. So Texas and east, from Florida to Texas, all the way up into British Columbia. They've pushed north and pushed west in recent years to inhabit those areas. But the reason they're going to be sticking primarily to the eastern portion of our continent is because of the habitat that barred owls live in. This is a specialist in the sense that she's going to be living in riparian zones or riparian ecosystems. That's just a big fancy word for somewhere that has a large availability of big old growth trees, thick forests, and low-lying water like lakes, streams, and rivers, ponds, anything like that. Coastlines, barred owls can be quite common there as well. So if she's going to be living most of her life around water, what do you guys think she's going to be eating on a daily or nightly basis? Fish, absolutely. Now, she's not going to dive into the water like an osprey or an eagle would to catch fish. She's going to mainly be hunting fish on the water's edge. Anything else you guys think she might want to eat?
Shrimp?
Shrimp? Yeah, absolutely. Anything else? Frogs, maybe some worms, insects, small mice as well. She kind of prefers the slimy stuff, so things like frogs, toads, salamanders, snakes, lizards, anything like that. I heard someone say shrimp as well. She will sometimes catch shrimp. And something really interesting about these barred owls, actually, something that's going to make up a good portion of their diet is going to be crawfish. Now, whenever they eat enough of these crawfish, kind of a cool thing happens to them. They can actually turn a slight shade of pink if they eat enough crawfish.
What?
Any other birds you guys know of that are pink? Flamingos, exactly, right? Flamingos are not born pink, though. They're born kind of a light gray, almost white color. The reason they turn pink is because over time, by eating enough shrimp and algae, which contain a carotenoid pigment, it's going to turn their feathers pink slowly over time. Same thing can happen with these barred owls if they eat enough crawfish, which also contain a carotenoid pigment. Now, she's not going to be a bright pink like your shirts. She's going to be a very light shade of pink, especially under her wings and on her chest as well. But talking a little bit more about owls in general and kind of the incredible senses that they have, we said that all raptors have incredible eyesight. Olive is no exception. Whenever she's up here on stage, if she were to choose to look across the lake, she could see up on that ridge line there, across the lake, which is about a mile away, and she could see a songbird or a squirrel hopping around from branch to branch in perfect clarity. That's vision that's 8 to 10 times better than a human being's vision. Not only does she have incredible long-distance vision, she also has a very high flicker fusion rate. So what that means is her brain processes visual information much faster than our brain does. Have you guys ever seen a hummingbird before?
Yes.
Whenever that hummingbird is flying around, do you see it beat its wings up and down, or does it look like a blur? A blur, right? Hummingbirds are going to beat their wings anywhere between 60 and 90 times every single second. Much too fast for our brain to be able to process those individual wing beats.